Like school with universal practical knowledge. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, New York City, under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. You understand? And this. Lucky we got technical problems, but this is the I.S.U.P.K. Fort Wayne, Indiana class is live. We finna go into today's topic. Today's topic gonna be on how every black woman should be caring and nurturing for her black man. You understand? Like the black woman, we shouldn't. We as a nation, we should have been taught better. We shouldn't be people that got our women running around screaming F niggas and niggas ain't this and niggas ain't that and this and that about niggas, you deadbeat niggas and don't care about it. And niggas shouldn't be dogging our women out at the same time as well. You shouldn't be whoring our women out and making them sluts and whores and prostitutes. You understand? We shouldn't be doing that to our people. We supposed to be a caring people for one another. A caring people, because as that'll bring down America by itself. You understand? We be caring for one another, and we start caring about for each other, and we start being the nurturing people to each other. That'll bring down America. You understand? The black woman so goddamn scared in America. Like the black woman is scared as hell. You understand? Like she's so scared that somebody gonna hurt her. The black woman is so afraid that somebody gonna break her heart or hurt her feelings. That she got now when you see on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? She trying to talk like a dude. She trying to be like she hardcore. She picking up slang terms that a man would use. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the nature. That's not even natural for a woman. What's natural for a woman is to be caring, to be nurturing. You understand? To be kind. Like think about a grandma, and I'm talking about like a grandma back in the 1940s, back in the 1950s. Think about a grandma back then, how caring the grandma was, how the grandma got all the children around. You know what I'm saying? Settled the differences, brung hot breakfast in the morning. You understand it? And dinner in the evening. You understand? Like think about that type of grandma that she solved problems by being nurturing, being caring. Our black women now, they think they're gonna solve their problems by being more like a man. Like that disgusting evil movie and book that was written by Steve Harvey, Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man. And he don't got the wisdom of the Lord. Because when we finna get into Deborah, we're gonna go into Judges. The 4th chapter, we're gonna read about Deborah, or Deborah, however you want to pronounce it. We're gonna read about it. And we're gonna see if that act like a woman, think like a man. You understand? We're gonna see if that's really in the Bible. We're gonna read and we're gonna see how our women's supposed to be in the Bible. Because our women not supposed to think like a man. She ain't supposed to be thinking like, oh, I wonder what my man thinking about. I wonder what my man, if he thinking about if he gonna do this, or if he thinking about he gonna do that. That's not the woman's place. A woman's place is supposed to be, you know what, I ain't gonna worry about it. I know when my man get here, he gonna have something to eat. You understand? I'm gonna make sure I take his boots off and massage his feet. You understand? I'm gonna make sure he got a cold beer. That's what our woman's supposed to be like. Our woman she's supposed to be thinking about us and ready to nurture us at all times. Always ready to nurture her black man. You understand? But the Christian church don't teach them that. The Christian church teaches our black women as a whole, they teach black women as a whole to, you got to be upfront and be hard. You got to be a little bit more rough with your man. Yeah, like I was just watching their goddamn show. What is it called? Chris Rock. The show Everybody Hates Chris. I was just watching Everybody Hates Chris, and his mother, man, she got a mouth on her. Like the black woman think that's how she's supposed to be, though. You know what I'm saying? Like the black woman think like she's supposed to be rough and tough like a bulldog pig barking all the time. Like nigga, that's not what niggas want. You understand? That ain't. And you talking about settling down the rest of his life and getting into bed with that for the rest of his life? That's not what he want. And I'm just keeping it real. You understand? I'm just keeping 100. That's not what brothers want. Brothers don't want no rib or no wife. They got a loud mouth. You understand? She making a complaint about every single goddamn thing that go on that you do. It's always a goddamn problem with everything that you do, everything that you put in order, or you say I want this like this, I want that like that. She wanted the total opposite. And the black woman thinks she going to Christian church and thinks she got the spirit of Deborah. You know what I'm saying? She thinks she got the spirit of Deborah, and she thinking that Deborah was a woman that was rough, like Harriet Tubman, sitting in the front with a goddamn shotgun. You know what I'm saying? She think Deborah is like a woman that's ready to fight and rock and roll and ready to go to war and fight against their own people. When that's not actually how Deborah was. You know what I'm saying? Actually, Deborah was a woman that hated her oppressors. You understand? Deborah was upset and mad about the fact that her people was being oppressed by the Canaanites. You understand? And she took it up and gave all authority, and she was in all suggestion to her man Barak. That's how the woman's supposed to be. She's supposed to be in total suggestion unto that man. Even if that man is a sinner, even if that man is not in the truth, even if you know that man do some things that you know ain't right, you still underneath that man. You still in suggestion unto that man. A black woman hate them words come out your mouth. You understand? A black woman goddamn hate when you tell her, even if the man wrong, even if she's still supposed to be under that man. Like, we don't teach a woman, the woman coming here, her man in the world, we don't teach a woman to go back home and be like, oh yeah, you better tell him he better pull a toilet seat down and he better get a job and go do this, do that. Nah, we tell that woman, you go be a better wife into that man. By your caring and by your nurturing. He said, God damn, that you've been going to them classes, you've been a hell of a wife. Like, they done made you into something great. He's supposed to look at you and say that, and that's what's gonna bring him in the truth. Not your goddamn mouth. Not running, yapping off at the goddamn tongue in your mouth and yelling and cussing and screaming and trying to get loud with your man. That ain't what gonna bring your man inside the truth. That ain't gonna help what's get your man right. What's gonna get your man right is being how a loving grandmother would be unto her grandchildren. A loving grandmother, how she would solve a problem in the streets. That's how you supposed to solve problems today. That's why that's why it's written in Judges, the 4th chapter with Deborah. You understand? The Lord had it put in here for a goddamn reason, man. The Lord had the book in here for a goddamn reason. You understand? And we're gonna go to it and we're gonna pull up because that's what we're gonna get into that. You understand? We really gotta understand what it is. Really gotta understand what it is to be a Deborah. You understand? The black woman, the whole time, the Christian church teaching her the spirit of Jezebel, not of Deborah. You know what I'm saying? Bear with me 1 second. Any people that people that got questions online, type your questions in right now. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get it rocking and rolling, and we're gonna handle all these questions and all the questions that everybody got. You understand? If you're watching the class, make sure you share the class. You understand? Make sure you tag everybody you know in it. You understand? Especially them people in Fort Wayne. Understand? If you are in other cities as well, make sure you share the class, man. You understand? Because we about to get this thing rocking and rolling. You understand? We got to crush that whole spirit and that evil backward spirit that the Christian church has put on our women. We got to crush that. All that bull crap about a woman, her strength is in her being loud and taking control. You know what I'm saying? Like, all my sisters and my mother's talking about, my family was raised up. We was raised up as strong, independent women. I taught all my girls to be strong. And then you see how backwards the white man has made this society and has put in that philosophy in the Christian church that our black women got to be strong and independent. And, you know what I'm saying? They got to run the household, but then they teach our men to be, you know what I'm saying, homosexuals and soft. You know what I'm saying? They teach our sons to be cowards. And then they sit around, they teach our sons to be cowards. And when they little homosexuals, they turn them to little homosexuals and molest them in the church and destroy and crush their whole spirit and rip their nuts from them. And then the women in the Christian church say, oh, he just this and just that. And then she turn around when her daughter grow up with that little homosexual boy. When they grow up, her daughter going to be the first one to say, niggas is gay. Niggas is soft and weak. Niggas ain't got none. They can't hold on to nothing. I can't get with a black man because they all either with a white woman or they gay. You should blame your goddamn woman. You should hold your Christian pastor accountable for that. They the ones who made him homosexual. Your mother, the one that took him to that goddamn church every Sunday, knowing that he was getting molested by that Christian pastor, knowing he getting molested by his uncle and his cousin. Y'all should have seen it. Y'all knew. What the hell you thought was gonna happen? You thought he was just gonna grow up. You thought he was gonna grow up loving the hell out of black women, loving the hell out of some box. Why he got a grown ass man with a goddamn full beard ass mustache sucking his goddamn rod, and then you want to grow up and talk about niggas is weak, niggas is soft and feminine. You the one that took him to the goddamn church and made him soft. You understand? That ain't what dude. That's not in the Bible. For a man to grow up soft and a woman to grow up with her loud mouth, independent, black woman this and black woman that ain't in the Bible. You understand? That's not of the Lord. To be a prophet or a prophetess, you got to have a quiet spirit. Like your spirit really got to be quiet and humbled down. When you really like what the scriptures say, humility come before honor. Like you really supposed to humble yourself down before you rise yourself up and think you so great of such of a mother. You know what I'm saying? Here come Mother Day. All the black women got to jump up and they gotta tell the whole world how good of a mother they is. If you that good of a mother, how come all them households with just that woman in there, all her kids gonna grow up to be whores? All her kids can grow up to be in prison once or twice. How is that? If she's so good of a goddamn mother. If you so good of, if the Christian church told you that being running your goddamn mouth all goddamn day was being a good mother, how come your goddamn son's in jail and on drugs? How come your daughter a goddamn whore? We ain't learned how to raise up our children in the Christian church, man. The Christian church ain't teach us right how to raise up our children. They taught us how to destroy our children. They taught us how to destroy our families, man. You understand? Like I said, if you got questions or whatnot, bear with me. If you just put them in, I'm gonna eventually see it, and then we're gonna get with it. You understand? So bear with me just 1 second, and then we're gonna go straight. We gonna go straight into the scriptures. All right. All right. Judges chapter 4 verse 1. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord. Now, Judges, this whole book is like a downward cycle of Israel where the Lord raised up mighty man during the time when we didn't have a king or we didn't have no really righteous leadership. The Lord will raise up so-called judges, and not the judge in the traditional courtroom, meaning the judge think of a judge like a chief of command of an army, them type of judges. You understand? But what's so different about this one is that the Lord raising up a woman as the judge. And people getting so backwards, like the Lord raising up a judge. They think the black woman, you ever watch Judge Judy? You know what I'm saying? The black woman wish she could be like Judge Judy. That's not going to happen in Israel. That's not going to happen in when Christ returns. We would never appoint a black woman to be a judge to run a whole council off her emotions, because that's what a woman do. A woman runs, her judges comes off of her emotion. She can't sit and judge like a man could judge. Her judges is different. You understand? The problems that come before her is different. You know why? Because the position that she put in. It's a whole ranking order in the Bible. Like it say, the Most High is at the head. Then under that is Yahushua Mashiach, who you know is Jesus Christ. Under that is the black man. Then under that is the woman. Then last but least, actually, is the children. And that's at the bottom. That's at the bottom pulpit. The black woman, the only thing she over is our children. That's it. That's why when they got the book of Judges and it's talking about a woman, what problems could a woman be having? The same problems of a woman being a mother. You understand? The same problems that a mother has with her children and running a house and run the household with her children. You understand? So let's continue on. Let's continue on reading with Judges chapter 4 and verse 1. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord. Now, during these times, our people was not following the laws. During this time, it was a lot of idolatry going on. Like we was worshiping other gods. You understand? We was following what the other gods and other nations. So the Lord had to raise up a priest. You understand? Or the Lord had to raise up a prophet. And in this right here, in this particular book, at this particular verse, it's a prophetess. It's a black woman. You understand? By the name of Deborah. And we're going to keep reading. And we're going to read with Deborah, the spirit of Deborah. And we're going to read how that same spirit should be on the black woman right now. You understand? That same spirit should be on the black woman right now. You understand? So let's skip down into verse 3. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, for he had 900 chariots and irons, and 20 years he mightily oppressed the children of Israel. Now, the children of Israel cried to the Lord. Now, if you're familiar with the scriptures, you know, anytime where the Lord anytime but our people went into the Lord and cried unto him when we was in a time of oppression, the Lord delivered us out countless amount of times, like countless amount of times. Every time we go and sin against the Lord, our people cry out to the Lord, like, Lord, forgive us. We won't repent. We trying to repent. You understand? We begging for your mercy. The Lord is saying a priest, the Lord is saying a prophet, or the Lord is saying somebody to raise up that Israel out of that captivity or out of that oppression. You understand? So let's keep going. Verse 4, and Deborah, a prophetess. That's why I say Deborah, a prophetess, meaning that this woman had the spirit of the Lord, but not the traditional way that we would usually read it in as a man form. You understand? And that's where the Christian church get it backwards at. The Christian church and everybody think that it's all about. They think that a woman is supposed to take on the spirit of a man when she's a prophetess. You understand? That's not exactly what it. That's not what it means. You understand? It's not taking on a man being a prophet into the Lord and being a righteous man of the Lord. You understand? It comes with him being bold and him being, you know what I'm saying, him being strong. That's what it comes with that. But with a woman, it comes with her being caring, her being nurturing. And then if anybody can't really, if you act like you can't understand with how we breaking down this, just think about your grandmother. You understand? Not, you know what I'm saying? I know some people got a lot of messed up grandmother, but I'm talking about grandmothers like, I got a grandmother that's like 90, I want to say like 94, 93 years old, right? My grandma that's 93, 94 years old is totally different from my grandma that's like 70. You understand? Like my grandma that's 93 years old, she's way more nurturing and kind. Like it's like you wouldn't mind going over her house because she always, you know what I'm saying? She always ready to cook for you. You understand? She always ready to make you a meal and make sure that you ate. You understand? But my other grandmother, you understand? She ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? She rough around the edges. Like it's a difference between the two. And my grandmother that's about 90 years old or whatnot, that's the grandma that's most similar to Deborah, the one that's being nice and the one that's caring, the one that's ready. You know what I'm saying? She want to solve the problems. She don't want to keep up. She don't want to run her mouth and, you understand, because it cause more problems between her husband. You know what I'm saying? It cause more problems between her son's wife. You know what I'm saying? It's a huge. How many times we've seen your mother or your grandmother into it with your woman? You understand? Like your woman and your grandmother can't get right. You bring them around, it's always gossiping around. Like Kamakwa said, you understand? That's why we can't even have black family events no more, because women sit around and gossip all goddamn day. You understand? They sit around and at the barbecues and they can't get along with each other. And that's a demon that the Christian pastor, that slimy, disgusting, evil bastard that you call a priest and that church put a demon on the black woman, and that's why it's like that. You understand? But let's continue on reading, and let's continue on reading about Deborah, the prophetess. You understand? We in Judges chapter 4 and verse 5. You understand? Judges 4 and 5. And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife, Salaki, she judged Israel at the time, and she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah between Ram and Bethlehem in the mount of Ephraim. Now it say that she dwelled underneath a palm tree. You understand? What significance comes with a palm tree? Like what vibe? And you got to understand what vibe being under a palm tree gives. You under a palm tree, and you talking about somebody holding counsel or somebody handling problems underneath a palm tree. What's really in your mind? Our mind works with pictures. What really comes to your mind when you think of palm trees? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself that. Think of palm trees. You think it's sunny. You know what I'm saying? You think it's a warm feeling. It's a nice day. And you got to think of the significance of what that palm tree represents. Like a palm tree can, in the hot sun, a palm tree can give you shade. You understand? A palm tree can give you fruits when you hungry, when you need to eat. That's why it's saying palm tree, because the strength of a black woman, it comes with her being able to solve problems with being able to solve problems with cooking and having food. You understand? I've been seen so many times with black women, where like my grandmother, we didn't been into it with my brothers and my cousins, and we got into it and we into it with each other. My grandmother, all she had to do, all she really did was sit us down at a table and make us something to eat. And we forget, we don't even know what the hell we was even into it for. You understand? Countless amount of times. Me and my cousins all at my grandma's house, and we into it over sudden, we ready to fight. Next thing you know, my grandma just started, she cooking, and she got us at the table, and we eating, we laughing. You know what I'm saying? And we solved the whole goddamn problem off of just my grandmother cooking. That's how what black woman's supposed to solve problems. She's supposed to solve problems off of her just being able to sit us down at a table and be like, you know what? Y'all sit down, y'all come eat. Y'all come eat. I know y'all see the memes, because I see the memes plenty of times on Facebook where you like, after I get a butt whooping or whatnot, I get it. I hear how my mother apologize. She say, "Come eat." You understand? Because that's how a black woman. That's how she's supposed to solve problems. That's her strength is really in her being nurturing. You understand? A black woman's strength is really her being nurturing, being kind. You understand? That's really her strength. All right. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment. Now, when it's saying the children of Israel came up into her for judgment, it's not talking about like how a Levi priest will put judgment. You understand? It's not talking about that type of punishment. Like if you familiar with the scriptures, if you familiar with the classes, you know a Levi priest will put judgment in the earth by putting you to death. You understand? To come kill you. Deborah was not putting black men to death. That's not, when they say they came to her for judgment, that's not what she did. She didn't put black men to death. The Christian church be trying to put that spirit on our black women, like niggas need to be put on child support. Like a black woman thinks she putting a man to check by putting him on child support. You understand? Calling the cops on him. You understand? Or calling his mama or some, black woman thinking they putting him in check by like punishing him. That's totally different than Deborah. Deborah, her judgment, when they came into her for judgment, she wasn't calling the court system and telling them that, he ain't paying child support. Y'all he got a job at UPS such and such and such and such, and he need to be paying child support. He got a job now. That ain't Deborah, that ain't in here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to read it, and I guarantee that we ain't going to read that she was calling and she was making sure that a black man was put on child support and paying his bills to his woman and all that type of bull crap. That ain't in there. You understand? They came to Deborah. They came to her. Just think about, like I said, think about a grandmother. Like even better. Think about like a kindergarten teacher. right? A kindergarten teacher, you got to think like to be a kindergarten teacher, you got to have a lot of patience. And we know the women that's kindergarten teachers really love children. You understand, or should be. I ain't gonna say it just like that because it's because of the Christian church. It destroyed a lot of the schools and a lot of our daycares because of the Christian church. But the black one still do a fantastic job over that white woman. Like the white woman is horrible. Like the white and that's why it's so messed up too because the black woman want to be so much like the white woman. They taking on her ways. A white woman can't raise up no goddamn. A white woman can't raise up a family like a black woman can. You understand? Like I have yet to see. And you look at them households with them grandmothers when all 10 of her goddamn grandchildren and they all cousins and sisters and brothers. She raised up. I mean, man, there was plenty of times I've seen brothers talk about how their grandmother, they grew up in a house with all their cousins and all that with their underneath their grandma. You understand? That woman got to have a certain type of zeal to take care of children like that. She got to have patience. She got to be caring and she got to be loving. That's how a black woman's supposed to be. A black woman ain't supposed to be cussing out the children at every time and every opportunity that she get. You understand? That she ain't supposed to be smacking the kids all in the goddamn mouth. And they say they came for her judgment. That Deborah when they said, they went to Deborah for judgment. Does that mean that they came to Deborah and Deborah was smacking them in the goddamn mouth? That mean that Deborah was taking extension cords, taking house shoes and slapping them side their goddamn head with it. Is that what it's talking about? Is it talking about they cussing the grandchildren out? They 6, 5 years old. She cussing them out like a goddamn sailor. Like they done robbed and killed 10 people. Is that what it's talking about? That's not. That's not what it's talking about, man. That's not when it came to Deborah. When it came to Deborah, we're reading this. It's not what it came about. Let's go on. Let's get some more. Verse 6. And she went and called Barak, the son of Ammonah, out of Kadesh, Naphtali, and said it to him, have not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, go and draw toward the Mount of Tabor? Now, it said in verse 6, in Judges 4 and 6, it said, and she sent out and called Barak, the son. You understand? Telling us Barak was a son. Barak was a man. What did Deborah do? When everybody came to her, and then like we just read before, this is a time why people was weak. You understand? Like they weak. They all weak and they scared and they frail. Did she go into them and say, you weak ass nigga, y'all need to be doing this, y'all doing that. Niggas is weak. They need to be standing up and doing that. She was Deborah running her mouth and doing that. That's not what she did. It say she have not the Lord of Israel commanded, saying, go and draw toward the Mount of Tabor? She went into her man and said, is not the Lord on your side? You understand? She encouraging her man. She ain't beating her man down. She ain't cussing him out. It's a whole different difference, man. Like a man can get strong with 2, 3 wives under him. That's just righteousness, man. You understand? With a woman that's just totally of the spirit, a woman that's like, have not the Lord on your side. Like she went to him and saying, the Lord is on your side. You ain't got to be afraid of nothing. Like, man, you know how good that is to have. You know how much of a confident booster that is. So you might be down. You think about an officer, a young officer in the school, a young trooper in the school, and he's struggling with his demons. He's struggling with coming to camp. Right. For the perfect example, like this. If a young trooper in the school, a young officer or whatnot, he's struggling to come to camp, and he know he got to come to camp on the weekend. He fighting his demons of going to camp, and his mom come to him and be like, "Is not the Lord on your side? Go to camp. Are you gonna be all right? Go to camp. When you come back, guess what? I'm gonna make sure the house straight. I'm gonna make sure you got something to eat. I'm gonna make sure that we got some strong, some beer, whatever you like. Music you like. I'm gonna make sure that you got it." And you think about that, man, that's a total confidence boost. So you can go out and handle your missions, man. Like god damn, like you can go out there and be ready to die. You understand? After that, after you got a woman that's on your side, man, in the righteous spirit. Like that's what our women got to learn. They got to learn to be righteous. Salaki. Our women got to learn to be righteous, man. You understand? Let's read Judges 4 and 6 again, and we're gonna continue on. Judges chapter 4 and verse 6. And she sent and called Barak, the son of Amnon, out of Kadesh Nathal, and said unto him, have not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, go and draw toward Mount Tabor, and take with thee 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali and the children of Zebulun. She just gave him a confidence booster, man. She just gave him a confidence booster. She was on his side. You understand? She gave him a confidence boost because at this time, our people was afraid of the Canaanites. The same people that's ruling over us today, the same presidents over us today, the Canaanites, you understand? They was ruling over us during this time too. And it's the same scenario. Barak went into him. Barak had a black woman, Deborah. Well, she came into him, gave him a total confidence booster, told him, the Lord on your side. You can take these 10,000 men out with you. Like I said, think about that. You go out to camp and you got a black woman tell you, you ain't got what you got. You ain't got to be nothing scared about. Go to camp. The Lord on your side, right? You can go out there to camp. Y'all, you gonna have your man with you. All your brothers gonna be by your side. 10 brothers out there, 5 brothers out there at camp. The Lord told you to do it, so the Lord gonna be on your side, right? You gonna be all right, because when you come back here, guess what? You understand? The house gonna be freshened up and nice for you. I'm gonna have this ready for you. I got this little movie we gonna watch. Like, she gonna put it together for you. That's what a righteous woman would do for her man. And why they going to war, she's not gonna belittle her goddamn man to tell him how much of a punk ass Salakia, excuse my language, how much of a punk coward man that he is. That's not the strength. That don't boost. That's not a confidence boost into your man. And that's why the black woman's so goddamn single. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's why a black woman's so goddamn single right now in America. Our black woman is the number one single on the face of the earth because our black woman think she think her strength comes by running her mouth wickedly towards her man. That's why you so goddamn scared. And you go and look on Facebook and go look at the sisters on Facebook. You understand? Most of the sisters on Facebook is scared that with no man is scared out of their goddamn life. Like, they scared out of their goddamn cotton picking mind. They on there, they at every twist and turn, they scared of a black man gonna do them dirty. You understand? They scared with a black man think like this, think about like that. You know what I'm saying? She cares so much about what a black man think about her. She turned around and she thinks she got to be like how she views a black man. So she thinks she got to be running her mouth and calling niggas this and calling niggas that, and niggas ain't this niggas ain't that. And we really gotta destroy that whole spirit between the black man and the black woman. Like, we really gotta crush that whole spirit and that whole doctrine. Like, we at war. We're not at war with each other. We're not supposed to be at war with each other. You know what I'm saying? We at war with each other because we're in hell and we lost and because of Christianity. But we not supposed to be at war with each other. Like, the black woman and the black man is supposed to be one with each other. It's supposed to be like Deborah and Barak. You're supposed to be a confidence booster to your man and to your husband. We're not supposed to be warring with each other, bad mouthing each other. You understand? A priest, that's what he gonna do though. A priest is gonna bring it out, man or woman. You understand? That's his job as a priest. But as a prophetess, it's not a woman's job to be running her goddamn mouth. You understand? And a black woman, and a black woman hates correction. Like, I sit up here right now, any black woman watching the class, and all I gotta say, this will run a black woman out of a class and make a black woman not want to listen to a black man no more. If I say this, a black woman's job in the house is to shut her goddamn mouth and take orders, to be in the kitchen barefoot, pregnant, making biscuits, to be raising up children and supposed to be under total subjection underneath her man and not open her mouth about a goddamn thing. A black woman to lose her mind if you tell her that. You understand? Because she thinks she got it's her natural job, it's her natural right to run her mouth. And it is really not. You understand? Let's go on. Let's read verse 7. Judges 4 and verse 7. And let's read more about Deborah. You understand? Because now we just read about how the children of Israel came to her. She was a judge amongst them, and she took everything she had unto her man, Barak. You understand? She humbled herself down, and she knew that the Lord worked with man. You understand? But she knew that she could be a helpmate into her man like she's supposed to be. You understand? All right. Judges chapter 4 and verse 7. And I will draw unto thee the river of Kadesh, Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army, and his chariot, and his multitude, and I will deliver him, and I will deliver him into thine hands. And Barak said unto her, if thou will go with me, then I will go. But if thou will not go with me, then I will not go. And she said, I surely go with thee. Now knowing the journey of that thou takest shall not be for thine honor. Now Deborah told to Barak, I'm riding like you. They talk about ride or die. Deborah was a ride or die. He said, if you ain't going with me, then I ain't going. But if you go with me, I'll go. You understand? Because he knew that woman, Deborah, was you understand? She was a total confidence boost into a man. Like that's like even to the point in a white man's society, the white man got cheerleaders in all his sports, right? Like you watch you got to really think about what a cheerleader is really supposed to be in all these sports arenas. What is the role of a cheerleader? Is when the cheerleader, now think about this really though, like really think about what I'm about to tell you. That we get all this down the sports right, but we can't get this down in our households. Really think about this, right? In sports, every NFL team and every basketball team got a cheerleading squad, right? What's the role of a cheerleader? What's the role of a bunch of women cheerleading and cheering for men? What's the role of that? Like I don't want somebody to really explain to me why is it cheerleaders inside of these sports arenas? As cheerleaders, as all these women cheerleaders to all these males, is because they supposed to be a confidence booster to these males. Your woman at home is supposed to be a cheerleader for you, man. Like she's supposed to be cheering you up all goddamn day, every time, every chance that she gets, she's supposed to be cheering you on and cheering you up. Like, and then you look at a basketball team, right? If LeBron James out there, right, and he on the cold streak, he missing all his shots, he missing dunks and missing all this and missing all that. As a cheerleader gonna come to him and say, you suck ass nigga, you can't make a dunk, you can't even make a free throw, you can't do this and you can't do that. Do the cheerleaders do that? You understand? Do the cheerleaders on that cheerleading team go to the man in the locker room on halftime and totally annihilate their spirit? No, they don't do that. Regardless of they making them missing, that cheerleader is cheering them on, man. Like your woman, regardless if you own or you hot or you cold, your woman's supposed to be a cheerleader cheering you on all the time. You understand? Like that woman is supposed to be cheering you on time, day after day, night after night. She is supposed to be a cheerleader to you, like Deborah was. She gave Barak all the confidence booster that he needed. She there for him. She told him, the Lord with you. Take 10,000 men and go out to the Mount of Tabor. Deborah was telling her man, giving him a total confidence booster, making his spirit strong. You understand? A black woman is supposed to be a cheerleader to her man. She's supposed to be caring and nurturing it to her man. She's supposed to be cheering him on. Letting him know how much she care about him. Letting him know how much he might feel down, he might get feel bad about himself, that she gonna be there, she gonna make sure she gonna take care of him. She gonna take care of his children. Every night that he hungry, she gonna make sure that he fed. You understand? She gonna give him some stress relief. That's the role of the black woman. The black woman role is to nurture her black man, take care of his goddamn children. Her role is not to act like a woman, think like a goddamn man. That's not her role. That's not the spirit she's supposed to be taking on. That spirit of Jezebel and the Christian church. The only reason black women look at Deborah in the scriptures and want to be like Deborah is because they think she come with authority. She come with a status quo. That's why a black woman go on the job and fight to be a goddamn supervisor. Because she just want to be an authority and really don't want, she just want to be an authority over everything. So she can run her mouth and say what she thinks is right off her emotions. But that's not what Deborah did. That ain't what the Lord honored. Show me that in the scriptures where a woman ran her mouth and belittled her man and they won a war. Tell me what war a woman, they hold all the women came up against them and they went out and won that war. I have not found it yet. Y'all talking about black man losing a war and black man weak and deadbeat fathers. How about you cheer that black man on? How about you be his cheerleader and cheer him on? You understand? Can't win no goddamn war with your woman belittling you at every corner and every seat that she get to belittle you. You're not gonna win the war. Did America take the land from the French and from the Spaniards and from the British by having all his women fight against him at the same time? No. Did the Chinese fight and win wars when they women fighting them at the same time? No. How can a man go to war and you want him to overcome and take care of his children while you fighting him at the same time his oppressor fighting him? You got the devil fighting him, putting him in prison, putting him on poverty, putting him on drugs, influence his children to be whores, influence his children to be drug dealers. You understand? He got all these things. He got the whole world jumping him. The whole world jumping him in a fight. And he supposed to overcome them and beat them at the same time his own woman. When he go right and while he go back into his house, he gotta fight her too. Like, goddamn. Like, the Christian church didn't destroy our women, man. The Christian church has really destroyed our women. You understand? The Christian church then came and turned the black woman and put a whole demon on that black woman, man. You understand? Like, the Christian church has really destroyed our black women. You cannot. Now I'll just make this to be known. Like we just read in Deborah, she gave him the courage to go and fight the 10,000 men. Now I don't want that because I just don't want to lose my train of thought so heavy. I'm gonna pray that the Lord bring it back to me. But for time's sake, we're gonna get back and we're gonna read some more of the scripture. But it's a lot of heavy stuff that need to be said, man. That need to be set straight. That the black woman needs to be in suggestion and cheering her man on. You understand? And it really disgusts me, man. It really tearing me up and making me angry that our black woman and that Christian church and that Christian pastor got our women fighting against us at the same time we being oppressed. Like he supposed to go back into think about if LeBron James he losing in the NBA finals, right? It's game 7, the last game. He lose and they on a terrible cold losing streak. And he go back into the locker room. They go back into the drawing board and all they women sitting there with all type of problems. You understand? All type of problems and belittle them when they can't even goddamn think. All the women in there just talking bad about them and putting them down. How the hell is he supposed to go back out there after halftime and fight back and win? It's damn near impossible, man. Like I want to, man. Can we clap it up for the man and the priest and prophet in the ISUPK, man? They got women and women that's out there trying to belittle them. Baby mothers out there, 10 different baby mothers that got them on child support, trying to rip their life apart, trying to take their children away from them. At the same time, they in this truth fighting for the Lord. Like, you really got to be strong to do that, man. Like, you really got to be strong. Black women sitting, laughing and giggling, thinking it's funny. It ain't funny, man. It ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? It really made me sick to my goddamn stomach. It's making me sick that we had a war with an oppressor, and at the same time, we got our black woman falling out to the white woman, trying to destroy the black man. What you think they gonna do with you? They only keeping you around for one reason. The black woman, you only around for one reason. They got you around, they lifting you up right now so you can help them destroy the black man. You understand? Like they got you around and putting all these demons in your mind and putting all these demons in your head so you can take it back home because they know that you in the house with that black man and that you can help furthermore the destruction in the black man in America. That's the only reason they got you around, because they think they know that you can help destroy the black man. So after all the black man destroyed, right, and their agenda, the black man destroyed, and to them, in their philosophy and their doctrine, whatever, say the black man, everybody destroyed, right? What use is it the black woman then? You understand? The white woman don't want, the white man don't want you. You understand? He's a natural homosexual. He is a natural homosexual that's a foul and disgusting and like man. Why would he want a black woman? I got a black woman being that backwards too. Like the black woman is the most beautiful thing on the face of the earth, man. You understand? The hips and the curves and the lips and the hair, the skin, man. You understand? Like, you beautiful, man. Like when the scriptures say, I am black but comely, it's true. You understand? The black woman is beautiful, man. And there's something about a black woman that makes her strong, but she's just in the wrong spirit. You understand? Now, don't get it twisted. Don't make it think like the I.S.U.P.K hate black women. What we doing is just correcting you. We love you more than anybody else do because everybody else ain't correcting you. You understand? Nobody else is correcting the black woman. You understand? But the I.S.U.P.K is. We setting the record straight of the spirit of Deborah. We setting the scripture straight of the spirit of Deborah, a black woman, how she took out judgment and was a prophetess and had the spirit of the Lord. So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted like we hate our black woman. We love our black woman, man. You understand? Lord knows we love black women in here. You understand? Like the black woman, I can't get enough of it. You understand? Like I said, man, the black woman is the most beautiful things on the earth. But that spirit of that Christian church to put on her is ugly. It makes you look ugly. Your spirit put on a countenance on your face that makes you look horrible. It makes you look vile and disgusting. You understand? Like I said, for time's sake, let's get some more, and then we gonna get back in it. Verse 10. And Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh, and went up with 10,000 men at his feet, and Deborah went with him. And Heber, the Kentite, which was of the children of Heber, the father-in-law of Moses, had served himself unto the Kentites and pitched his tent unto the plain of Zemanim, which was by Kadesh. And they showed Sisera that Barak, the son of Amnon, was going up into the mount of Tabor. Now, the people that we was at war with, the Canaanites, was going up into the same mountain that the Lord told Barak to go to. You understand? And Barak told him to bring the 10,000 men. Now the Lord was putting it like the Lord said he's going to deliver our enemies in our hand. You know what I'm saying? And it all started with Deborah. Did Deborah go and lead the army herself? You understand? Did Deborah, now when the Lord gave the prophet, when the Lord put the spirit on Deborah, did she say, nah, F that nigga, I'm going to do it myself because you niggas don't know how to do it? You understand? Did she do that? She didn't do that. She didn't run and try to raise up no goddamn army by herself because she know the Lord ain't going to be with that. You understand? She humbled herself. And then not only that, but she came, the Lord came with her to something, and she gave all the honor to her man. Like, think about this. Now, think about y'all, if you in the desert, right? And y'all, it ain't everybody finna drown. I mean, everybody finna die from dehydration and whatnot. And you find this, the Lord put the spirit on you, and you go out and you find this whole big jug of water that can feed everybody that's finna die from dehydration, right? And you go into your man and you tell your man that it's this gallons of water over there where you can save everybody from dying. Think about the person that you got to be, that you know that you could have went and you could have just tried to get all the glory your goddamn self. But you went into your man and you wanted your man to get the honor. You wanted your man to get the honor and the glory. Think about what type of woman you have to be. You understand? Deborah was a humble woman. You understand? Like it say, where is it at? Where is it at? It say in verse 9, say, and she said, I should surely go with thee. Now, with understanding the journey that thou takest shall not be for me, not for be slacking, not shall be for thy honor. You understand? She said that she know that the journey ain't gonna be for her honor. You understand? She said she know it ain't gonna be, she not gonna get the honor and the glory for saving the children of Israel, but she wanted to give it to her man. You understand? Now, let's drop down. Let's continue on reading. What was we at? All right, let's read Judges chapter 4 and verse 14. And Deborah said unto Barak, up for is the day in which the Lord hath delivered Sisera into thine hand. Is not the Lord gone out before thee? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor and 10,000 men after him. And the Lord discovered Sisera with all his chariots and all his hosts with the edge of the sword before Barak. You understand? Now, Deborah, when it started off, when it say, and Deborah said unto Barak, now, Deborah went into her man, told her man, like this, we keep reading it. Like time and time again, Deborah there, giving her man the confidence. He said, I ain't going unless you go with me. Deborah went with him. You understand? Talk about a real ride or die. A ride or die ain't you selling drugs and a goddamn car and your woman being the track queen. You understand? That's not, that ain't a ride or die. You know what I'm saying? Like Negroes think a ride or die. Negroes think a ride or die is a woman, you understand, that's a trap queen. You understand? Like she riding and selling drugs with him and smoking weed. That's not, because that ain't what's gonna save our nation. You own out your own gut. Deborah was saving our nation. You understand? Deborah was saving our nation, going to her man. Everything that she got and with the spirit of the Lord went before her man, being a confidence booster. You understand? Stroking his ego, giving him a confidence he needs to go out and fight and win this war. You understand? So now when it say the Lord discomfits Sisera and all in his chariots and all his hosts with the edge of the sword before Barak, meaning with the spirit that Deborah then put on Barak had the spirit now that he'd have to be afraid anymore of these Canaanites and be afraid of our oppressors, and went out and fought against all these men. Like, you really got to think. Think about now, like how the white man, it's like the so-called white men, our oppressor, got all these tanks and all this military might, and we got to go out and fight against him. Think about how black men, we all in prison and we all in poverty and we ain't got what the white man got. But think about if all our women turned around and was like Deborah and was just giving us the confidence, telling us the spirit, long as Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, you understand? Yeah, and the Most High is with thee, you ain't got nothing to worry about. How about Yahweh Shah is with you? What you got to worry about? Think about that. Now we can go on and we can fight and win many wars. You understand? So Sisera lightened down off his chariot and fled away on his feet. But Barak pursued after the chariots and after the host. And Hareshin, the Genelites and all hosts of Sisera fell upon the edge of the sword, and there was not a man left. And howbeit, Sisera fled away on his feet to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber, the Kenite. Now, Sisera fled away while the man was being killed. You understand? He fled away, got down off the chariot, went on his feet, and fled away. Now, let's read what's about to happen, because this is real heavy right here. Judges 4, chapter 4, and verse 17. Howbeit, Sisera fled away on his feet to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber, the Kenite, for there was peace between Jabin and the king of Hazor and the house of Heber, the Kenite. Meaning, when they were saying there's peace in between me, meaning that they weren't at war with each other. So that's why he fled and went to this house. Right now, they was at peace with each other. They wouldn't have to worry about each other being at each other's neck right now, right? So he went there for safety. You know what I'm saying? You at peace with somebody, you know you can go over there for safety, right? So now let's read. And it said, to clarify it up, it said Jael, the wife. You understand? The wife. Ain't the woman. Now this is in here. This is heavy. Why this is in here for a reason. Now let's go down to verse 18. You understand? And Jael went out into Sisera and said unto him, turn in, my lord, turn into me. Fear not. Now, she told him, turn into me. Come inside my tent. Fear not. Come inside here. I got you. Right? Now, these two people, her man, she know that that her people, the Most High is delivering these Canaanites into the hand of her people, right? So now she's setting him up. She's setting the oppressor up, the Canaanites up. She's telling them to come inside the tent, right? And now the oppressor thinking like, I know I'm in peace with y'all and I can trust you, right? And when he had turned into the tent, she covered him with a mantle, a blanket or cover. Verse 19. And she said it to her. It's like he said it to her, give me, I pray thee, a little water to drink, for I am thirsty. And she opened up. It's like, and she opened a bottle of milk and gave him drink. He came to her. She got him into the tent. You know what I'm saying? Got him thinking he had peace with her, right? He came to her. He said, give me something to drink. You understand? Give me a little water, if I'm thirsty. She gave him milk. You understand? Now, is this now the Christian church, all this is like people be getting all this backwards. She was doing this to set him up to kill him. You understand? I don't want to spoil the story for you, but we're gonna get into it. But just to put it out plain and simple, she was setting him up to kill him, right? And he came in there, you know what I'm saying? He came in there, and he asked for some water, for he was thirsty, and she gave him milk. This is what our women is supposed to be like. Our women, super crafty and naive and super crafty and real diligent when it comes to unlocking our phones or putting us on child support or doing something wicked and evil to the black man, right? Think about if the black woman put all that into destroying America by being righteously destroying America. She put all that spirit that she got into wanting to see if we got another woman, and she put all that into destroying America. She'd be just like Jael, where she came and brought him into the tent, setting him up. He came, asked for water, and she gave him milk. Our black woman is being sellouts. Just like a black man can be a sellout, our black woman is being sellout. You understand? When they're saying she gave him milk, it's like it's damn near goat milk. It ain't talking about breast milk. You understand? Our black women now, she dare bring a white man into our house and give him milk of the breast. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll pull her breast out and give him milk with that. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't she right here. They ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? This is a righteous sister. And they say she gave milk. She was doing it to comfort him. You know what I'm saying? To put him at rest, to put him at ease. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't have to worry about her for what she get ready to do to him. Right? All right. And I pray, it's like it. And she opened a bottle of milk and gave him drink and covered him. Verse 20. Again, he said it to her, stand in the door of the tent, and it shall be when any man doeth come and inquire of thee and say, is there any man in here? And thou shalt say no. Right? So he was telling her, go in the front of the tent, go into that door, and if anybody asks for me, anybody asks if any man was here, tell him nobody here. Tell him no. You understand? All right? So let's keep reading. Verse 21. And Jael, Heber's wife, took a nail of the tent. Now, if you know about a tent, how a tent held down, you take a hammer, you understand? You nail it down with the tents, and the tents is held down with these nails in the ground, fastened in the ground, and it's just like a teepee, an Native American Indian teepee. You understand? So she took one of them nails out of that tent, right? Right? She took a nail out of the tent and took a hammer in her hand. Now, she took a nail out of the tent and she took a hammer. Now think about everything she just did. You understand? She was sweet and kind. And think about how she did this. She didn't go out there with no goddamn shotgun or no type of sword and was out like she trying to be a Black Panther and was trying to stab and kill her, because he could have easily totally killed her. You understand? Like Cecilia could have easily, it was nothing for him to kill no goddamn Black woman. Just like now, a white man, we see it all the time. A white man slaughter and kill our women. A Black woman, her strength is not in her might force of taking the sword and ducking and stabbing and killing people. Think about how she did this. You understand? Think about when the Lord is with a woman, it ain't just going out there stabbing and ruthlessly killing white people, the oppressor. Think about how she did it. She was sweet. She was kind. Think about the spirit she had. Think about, she told him, come inside the tent. He came in there. She made him feel comfort. He said, I'm thirsty. Let me get a little water. She comforted him even more. She went to go get him some milk. You understand? She went to get him some milk. She went something to quench his thirst, some flavor, right? While he relaxed, she got the Spirit of the Lord on her. While she relaxed, she take a nail. She take a hammer, right? Let's go on. Let's continue reading. And took a hammer in her hand and went softly unto him and smote the nail into his temples and fastened it into the ground, for he was fast asleep and wearily, so he died. Nah, while she did all this sweet, she was sweet as can be. You understand? Sweet as brown sugar. You understand? She took a nail. He didn't even see it coming, man. Like husband, like a Black woman, like you got to learn that your power and your strength is being sweet and kind and nurturing. She went unto him. She was sweet and kind unto him. You understand? She was just setting him up. That's why women's supposed to be polite. That's why we teach our women, make sure you be polite and be kind. You understand? You go out there, yeah, them are oppressors. We hate them. Be kind and be sweet. You understand? Make sure the Spirit of the Lord with you. We gonna be all right. Be sweet. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? Don't be rude to him. We gotta be sweet. Just like it was right here. She was kind and she was sweet to him. You understand? It wasn't like she was trying to get with him. It wasn't like she was trying to have sex with him. She was just being polite and being sweet, right? She lured him into the tent. She got something to quench his thirst. She comforted him up while he laying down and he chilling. He thinking that he just got saved and he think he all right. She takes a goddamn a nail and takes a goddamn hammer and hammers that nail into his goddamn temple. You understand? To make sure that he dies. You understand? She fastened it dead inside his temple. Think about if you could just get punched in your temple and you could be knocked the hell out. She took a goddamn nail with a hammer and nailed it into his goddamn temple. You understand? She killed that man. Why did she do that? And how did she do it? She did it because of the spirit of the Lord was on her. And that's the power in a black woman. The power in a black woman is her being sweet. It's her being nurturing, her being kind. You understand? The caring for her people. That's what it is. That's what it is for a black woman to be nurturing. You understand? That's the power of a black woman being nurturing. You understand? She could take down the whole goddamn army with her man by just being sweet and kind and nurturing, man. You understand? Her power, that's what her power is at. And you think about, for instance, think about of a woman, right? Everybody knew this woman, and everybody knew this woman for being just so goddamn nice. Like this woman, all the time, every time you see her, she had no problem with nobody. She always want to stop the violence going on. You understand? She always want to stop the beef. And she just always nice and sweet and kind. And somebody turn around and trying to cuss her out into her. Everybody gonna turn around and look at him like, the hell is wrong with you? The F is wrong with you. You understand? Because they know this woman she ain't into it with nobody. She's so nice and so kind and so sweet. That strength that a woman can think about, the spirit that a woman got with being so kind and so nurturing. A woman that's being kind and nurturing to her people, when somebody come up against her, a man that don't even know her, stand up and kill for that woman. That's why we teach our women to be like that. Like our women supposed to have a spirit of just being nice, man. Like being like a black woman being nice come a long, long way. You understand? Like a black woman being nice, man, it takes you far in life. And if you really look at it, like I said, like I got a grandmother that's about 95 years old. You understand? Most grandmas that go and live on to be that old, be the most nicest and kind black women on the earth. You understand? Like my grandmother's like 95 years old, still sweet as can be, man. Like you go over there, she 95 years old, she's still ready to make you some pie. You understand? She always wondering if you ate or not. Like, man, my grandma is really sweet and kind. You understand? That's how women supposed to be. They supposed to have that spirit. You understand? That's the spirit that our women is supposed to have, man. And when somebody come up against a woman that's sweet and kind and nice, everybody gonna turn to look at him like they ready to whoop his ass. You understand? Like they ready to whoop you. Cause how can you come up against this woman, man, and she's sweet and kind and she nice and she ain't defending nobody? That's the type of spirit that you're supposed to teach your woman to be in. You teach your woman to have that type of spirit. You know, when you go and send her out to that slave, or you know she going out into the city, she handle her some little errands that she got to run. You know she gonna be all right. You know why? Because you know you ain't got to worry about her running her goddamn mouth. Now look, my sister, man. I'm gonna tell you a perfect example, right? My sister, right? My sister, she ain't like my grandmother and my mother, right? My sister runs her mouth. Like just the other day, we was at the goddamn Wendy's, and she was a problem with her and the cashier. My sister just running her mouth, yada 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 this, yada yada that, and yada this and yada that. While my mother in front of her, my mother and my sister is not alike. You understand? Like my mother my mother is a little bit more kind. You understand? She a little bit more easygoing. My mother don't really do that. But my sister, on the other hand, she running her mouth, yapping her mouth, right? And she looking back at me and my father sitting at the table. She looking back at us for some type of support system to help her. You know what I'm saying? Me nor my father gave her no type of support in what she was doing. You understand? My father ain't in the truth, but my father know that, man, being a woman to running your mouth and cussing out everybody every time you offended by something is not going to get you far in life. It's not going to get you far. You understand? Because think about, for one, if you got a woman that's out there and she running her mouth, right? She running her mouth, and you know she known for cussing. She known for cussing people out at a second notice. What's eventually gonna happen, right? What's eventually gonna happen to that woman? You understand? What's eventually gonna happen to her and she going out there. Every time you turn around, she out there and she cussing people out because she offended. Somebody gonna hurt her. You understand? Like somebody is really, really going to hurt her. You understand? Like you look at the oppressor now. He ain't got no oppressor. He out there killing already beating our women. That's why we teach our women, don't be out there, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Be sweet, be kind. Because while you do that, even the people that don't even know you're gonna be on your side. You know what I'm saying? Have that spirit. You understand? Be kind and be sweet. Go about your day. Don't go out there being loud and running your mouth and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got to be worried about her calling you, and it's an issue, and you gotta hurry up and try to get to where she at for somebody to put your hands on your woman. You understand? You Lord forbid you don't want nobody putting their hands on your woman. That's why you just teach your woman to be like Deborah. Teach your woman to be like Deborah. Have the spirit of Deborah. You understand? Being taught like that. Being taught to be kind and be nice. You understand? Because you ain't got to worry about your woman being out in the world and somebody ready to knock her goddamn head off her shoulders. Because you can't keep her in the house. Now when she go out, she has no filter on her goddamn mouth. And everybody ready to knock her out. Like I just seen the video with the security guard. He trying to just do his little security job. You know what I'm saying? He fed up with all these, just like, man, like 10 women, 10 black women coming up against him. He telling them like, man, can y'all back up? Don't put your hands on me. Back up. Don't put your hands on me. They got their hands in his face, cussing him out, saying, you this and you that, you big such and such, and you big such and such. The brother just totally snaps and loses his discipline, you understand, which is not of the Lord, and cracks that sister in the face like 3 times. Like, wham, cracked her in the face. She get up trying to fight and swing at her. He wham, cracked her again. She get up a second time and try to fight. He right hook her and right in her dead in her jaw. Whack. You know what I'm saying? She fall out on the ground. Like he totally lost his discipline. We not telling no brother to do that. You understand? But that's an example of a woman that's running her goddamn mouth and losing her discipline. That's the things that's happened to her. You understand? And then for my sister, man, like I said, I feel for my sister so much, man, because I know she got a mouth like that, and I just know sooner or later it's gonna be a time where we're gonna get a phone call and somebody knocked her the hell out. You know what I'm saying? Somebody hit her dead in her goddamn mouth because she can't control it. That's why women not supposed to have a spirit like that. You understand? Our women supposed to be a loving and nurturing people to our brothers, man. You understand? And all these men want to try to worship the woman and tell her she can't do no wrong and all this and that. Man, you got to put your woman in check first before you can do all that. Like, first, put that woman in check. Tell her what she's supposed to be doing and what she ain't supposed to be doing. Then you give her the praises. Then you uplift her. Because if you uplifting your woman while she wrong, then what she continue to do? She going to continue to be wrong. You understand? All right. Where we at? Verse 22. And behold, verse 22. Behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, Jael came out to meet him and unto him, and come, and I will show you thee, the man whose thou seekest. Now, when we reading this, what did she do? She went into a man of God. She went into a man and told him. She didn't do our women so goddamn now. Think about, she didn't do this. She didn't go out to say, look, I got this nigga head in my tent. You know what I'm saying? I just knocked off this nigga head and I got his head in my tent. Yeah, I just did this and that and this and that. She didn't do that, man. She went into the man she went to Barak and told him, man. You understand? Matter of fact, let me read it again. Judges chapter 4, verse 22. You understand? And behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, and Jael came out to meet him and said unto him, come, I will show thee the man whom thou seekest. And when he came into her tent, behold, Sisera lay dead. The nail was in his temples. She went into him. She didn't go out and run into the rest of Israel and was like, look, this weak ass nigga had me go out here and I had to do this and that. I had to hold down the tent by myself. Because this nigga couldn't even do this and do that. That ain't what she did. You understand? That's not what she did. She went straight into Barak, the man, and told him that's who she presented. She presented her work. She presented it before a man. She came into that man Barak first and said, come on, let me show you. I got this in the tent. Such and such is in the tent laid dead. You understand? The man that you looking for, you come on. Look, I'm finna you show before everybody. I ain't gotta run my mouth and show and praise me for I did this and that. Nah. She went into the man and said, look, this man that you seek is out there, dead in my tent. Right? Verse 23. So God subdued on that day of Jabin, the king of Canaan, before the children of Israel. And the hand of the children of Israel prospered and prevailed against Jabin, the king of the Canaanite, until they have destroyed Jabin, the king of Canaan. Right? Now she took her word out and she went out and took it before a man of God. Took it before a man of God, all her work and everything that she did. You understand? And they celebrate about it in the next chapter. We read in chapter 5. You understand? With Deborah and Barak. You understand? They gave praises unto them. But look what she did. Look how it all started. You understand? Look how it all started. It all started with a woman of God that rose up as a prophetess that had the spirit of the Lord and encouraging her man to go out and fight against the oppressor, knowing that the Most High God was with him. You understand? Being that everybody came to her about her problems, and she was so good of a judge, like we explained before, she was so good of a judge, she was going out just like you would think of a preschool teacher or a kindergarten teacher, right? They'll go out and they will go out and teach the children, and they'll be like, just think about like, for instance, like what Captain Kabosh was bringing out before, and I watched the class when he said you got to think about it of it like a preschool teacher, and they came to them and said, "Oh, Billy stole my crayons," or Jimmy stole my blanket. You understand? I don't even know what the hell kids into it over, like whatever. You understand? They go into them and they talk about they stole their pencils or their crayons or their little covers or their little coloring book, right? And they go out and she go out before them and was like, you got to give Jimmy back his crayons because those were his. It's not right to do that. But here, look here, you can have these coloring markers over here and you can color with these. That's when the woman, when they came into Deborah, that's how she dealt with the problems. You understand? It's differently than how a man dealt with the problems. You know what I'm saying? It's different. The Deborah is dealing with the problems with children. You understand? Dealing with the problems of the teenagers. You understand? Like I said before, like I was watching this interview. With this rapper, right? And he was talking about how his grandmama has passed. You understand? She was talking about how his grandmother has passed and how everybody on the block knew his grandmother, and she had everybody at her house, and she was making food and breakfast for everybody, and everybody came there and played games. Like it wasn't all that beef. You know what I'm saying? She saw half of the neighborhood problems off just being a nurturing mother. Like our women want to be so goddamn lazy. Like our women don't want to do. They be talking about the black man lazy and he ain't got a job. Like you talking about the black man being lazy when all you got to do is be nurturing to the children, and like a black woman can then solve half of the black on black crime in the neighborhood off of just being nurturing to the children. You know what I'm saying? Like a grandmother, she not supposed to just be. She getting a Social Security check and she sitting at home. She ain't working no more. She not supposed to just be sitting at home getting a check and gobbling up all the money herself and looking out the window at the children saying, these no good little children, these little kids, this and these need to be whooping, none of that. Nah, that ain't what a woman supposed to be doing. A woman that's sitting back and getting a Social Security check, and she not slaving no more, and she just sitting at home. She see them children outside fighting and into it with each other. Every day, her job should be, you know what? Every day that these children out here and they parents at work, I'm gonna make sure that they not out here killing each other. I'm gonna make sure they out here fighting over a couple dollars because they hungry. You know what? No sweat. I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna cook up some breakfast. Everybody on the block gonna come in here and we're gonna sit down. We're gonna eat. You understand? We're gonna treat each other right. You understand? And she gonna be nurturing. She gonna be kind and sweet into them kids. You understand? She can solve black on black crime off of just being kind and sweet, man. You understand? Like just being nurturing to all the children on the goddamn block, and everybody put away their differences. Like they don't even know what they mad no more for. You understand? They all angry and they was upset with each other. What they upset, they ain't even upset. Like I said, when I was into with my brother and stuff and my cousins, my grandmother made something to eat. We sit at the table eating. We don't even know what we was into it for. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandma, we into it, we fighting over the game or something. My grandma said, y'all all need to get off the game. Come on, it's time to eat. Y'all need to eat something. We sitting at the table laughing and eating, you know what I'm saying, with all my brothers and all my cousins. And that's the thing, that's how it's supposed to be. You understand? That's how it's supposed to be. You can solve a whole black on black crime and all the hatred between black men. You can, you being nurturing the kind, you can solve that by just doing that as a black woman. You understand? A black woman's power is not taking a goddamn belt and smacking kids all across their goddamn side, their goddamn face with an extension cord because you angry and you mad because they keep fighting. That's not what you're supposed to do, man. You understand? You're supposed to be kind and nurturing. Like I said, it all started with Deborah, them bringing all their problems to her and being judged, and all under the palm tree. Like I said, the palm tree represents shade. It represents the fruit that you can eat. You understand? That's how a black woman's supposed to nurture our children. That's how a black woman is supposed to nurture her man. You understand? He come off the job, he angry and he upset because he working a 12-hour shift and they slaving him half to death on the goddamn slave. He's supposed to be able to get off his job and come home, man. And she got a whole meal set out for him. You know what I'm saying? She know what he like. You know what I'm saying? It's like it. She know what he like. You understand? She know what type of food he like and what type of being strong he like. She got the game turned on. You know what I'm saying? He get off. He ready. You know, and this difference between how a man and a woman solve their problems. And it's real important for a woman to understand how he relieve his stress. A man relieving his stress is leaving him the hell alone. You understand? Like a man get off his slave, he come home, he ready. You know what I'm saying? If you just got some beer, you got some strong or whatever, while you still cooking or while you preparing the meal, he could just drink while he watching the game. Man, I'm telling you, man, that's gonna relieve all the stress off your man right there. You understand? He ain't ready. Like I had a teacher, his name was Mr. Sims, right? It was a black man. He talked about how it was different for how when he came home after teaching and stuff, right? He said his woman want to come home and she want to talk about all the problems that she had on the slave or whatnot. And he said how he just like to be left alone just for 15 minutes, just to get his mind right, and then he gonna be cool. You understand? And it's like that. And I seen that because it's like that with my father, man. I remember my father getting off work. You know what I'm saying? My father ain't, you know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to deal with no extra problems after he just got off that slave. He only need 15, he just need 15, 30 minutes of him just drinking some strong, you know what I'm saying, kick back, watching the game, you know what I'm saying? And then now he ready to deal with the problems and stuff now, man. You know what I'm saying? But for a woman, it's different. A woman, you know what I'm saying, she got problems, she got stress. How she like to do it, she like to just talk all her problems. Like, well, she did this, you know, this woman at the job, she did this to me, and this and that, and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like my ribs, they come, I get to home, my ribs, and they get off the slave. They just yada, 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 talking. You know what I'm saying? But for a man, it's different. You know what I'm saying? And it's important for a woman to understand that. Like a woman's supposed to understand how her man want to be treated. You understand? He just wants a little time off, and he just wants this, or he like this, he like to watch this when he get off, or he like this, like that. You supposed to know these things and be nurturing it to him. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be kind, give him a massage, take his boots off, be nurturing it to him, care about him, make sure it be known that you love him. You understand? Make sure that you show that you love him. You understand? It's gonna take your marriage a long way. It's gonna take your, like, you could reading about Deborah, man. You could take your marriage a long way. You could learn a lot about it. You understand? A whole Deborah, taking the story of Deborah can solve all type of scenarios. Like I said, taking the story of Deborah, you can then solve black on black crime. You can solve the problems between your marriages. You understand? You can solve the problem between your children. You understand? Like, taking that spirit on to being a sweet and kind woman, it can solve a lot of things in the black community, man. Like, when we gonna get that back in the earth? You understand? Like, that's what we want. That's all we want. We just want some black women, man, that's kind, man. You understand? But I know it's hard for a black woman, because she done been hurt time after time and time after time. She done been hurt. You know what I'm saying? She's scared to get her heart broken again. You understand? I know, I understand it. But you, at the same time, just because you hurt, you can't try to go take it out on all these other different men and belittle these men because you was hurt by and one relationship. You know what I'm saying? That ain't we what kind of people would they make us? Look what kind of people it made us. You understand? By just hating each other. Hating each other, being afraid of what we're gonna hurt one each other in our relationships. How about you take on the spirit of Deborah? How about you take on that kind and nurturing spirit that Deborah had? You know what I'm saying? You take on that spirit of Deborah, you can solve out and hash out a lot of differences, man. You understand? Like, you can hash out and solve a lot of differences between you and your man. You go to your man, you know what I'm saying, and you be sweet and you be kind. I guarantee that man gonna love you more. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee that man gonna tell you how much he love you more. By the woman just being sweet and kind to her man, he want more children. You understand? A woman, she won't, and you get this a lot, like in the black community. You get a woman that wants children, right? She wants children with her man, but her man ain't really want children right now. He ain't really trying to have kids right now. She can, you can then hire your man want to have children with you by you just being sweet and kind. You know what I'm saying? You putting on that spirit that Deborah had. Next thing you know, your man turned around and like, damn, I didn't want another child. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want another baby just so I can have a daughter that's just like you. That's what make a man want to have a child with you. You understand? To make a man want to have a child with you is for you to be kind and sweet and nurturing. You understand? You being kind and sweet and nurturing, he gonna be like, damn, man, I want a daughter that's gonna come out to be just like you. So I want my daughter to come out to be just like unto you. And shit, right now, and I've been out in our communities and our black neighborhoods and our black homes, we don't got that. That's why a woman come out with all the loud mouths and come out not knowing how to operate in a marriage, because if she never seen a fully functioning marriage between her mother and her father, she never seen it. You know what I'm saying? Thank the Most High in Christ that I grew up with my parents in my life, my whole lifetime. Like, I grew up my whole life with my mother and my father in the house. You understand? So I seen how my mother and my father interacted with each other and how they stayed together in that house through my whole life, just before I was born. You understand? Like, yeah, they talk about how this goes. Like, I didn't live it. I didn't seen it. You understand? And that's just the aspect of not being in the truth. Now, couple that with coming inside the truth and knowing the laws, such commandments of the Bible, and knowing the stories of Deborah, and knowing the spirit that the woman's supposed to have, you understand the marriage now. You understand how it works. You understand the spirit. Like, you watch these classes, make sure you go back and teach your woman. Make sure you teach your woman, like, baby, you should be a little bit more kind, be a little bit more sweet. Like, tell her how much and then on top of that, when she being sweet and she being kind, praise her more. You understand? And when she being nasty and being evil and all that, don't give her no praise. But when she being nice, you understand, she in her right spirit, and she being nice and she being kind, not to only just you, but to your whole nation. Because Deborah she wasn't only into Barak, just sweet kind. Deborah, in fact, let's read it. Let's go back and read just a little bit of it, if we could. If we could. Judges chapter 4, verse 4. And Deborah, a prophetess, a wife, a Lebanador, the judge of Israel at the time, and she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah between Raham and Bethel, the mount of Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up into her for judgment. And she sent and called Barak, the son of Ammonah. Right? So they came into Deborah, the children of Israel, and hashed out their problems. Like, that's the spirit that you're supposed to teach a woman. You understand? Like, that's the spirit. The Lord prayed, just like how the Lord praised Deborah, and the Lord was with Deborah, and she was a prophetess. We supposed to be with our woman when they're in their right spirit. You understand? Not just only into you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be selfish and teach your woman to only be nice into you. When your woman go out there in them streets and your woman go out there, tell her, you know what I'm saying, have her respect herself. And by doing that she ain't making herself look like a whore, and, you know what I'm saying, and giving temptation into other black men and making her think that she's a whore. You know what I'm saying? Don't have her do that. You know what I'm saying? Have her go out there and be polite. You know what I'm saying? Be kind to black men out there. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a certain type of counsel to get to your woman for her to understand this. And when she do it, give her praise. Just like in chapter 5 when Barak got the praise. You understand? Like in verse, like, let's, for instance, we could just go on, we're gonna read it in a second just to show you. When your woman in the right spirit and your woman she righteousness, and you see she doing everything to make you happy, she doing everything to build you up and make you strong, make sure you give her praise. You understand? Make sure you give her praise so your children can see, so your daughter can say, oh, that's what my father like. You understand? That's what you want to set in your household. You want to make sure your household, the whole agenda of the household, when everyone walks inside the house, everybody's main agenda should be to make the father happy, to make the father proud. Just like the house of Israel. What's our main goal of our mission? To please the Most High. When they come inside your house, that black woman, you understand, and your children inside the house, they whole mission is to make you proud, to make you happy. And by doing that, and your wife doing that, now your children can understand how marriage works and be like, all right. So now your daughter can grow up and say, all right, okay, now I see making my man happy is what's gonna get me praise, and what's gonna make me have a long lasting. And then this is the thing too. I ain't never met a black woman that ain't won't know. Every black woman talk about marriage goals. Like, I have never met a black woman that ain't talk about marriage goals and how she want to get married. You understand? How she want to get married and how she want to love her man. You understand? I see that all the time. I see that all the time with black women talking about how they want to have a long lasting marriage. You understand? And they talk about goals this and couples this and goals that. Black women, we know you want it. We know you do. You just gotta learn. You gotta learn how to have it. You understand? You can't think that you're gonna be evil as hell and wicked, but you're gonna have the best marriage. Like you're gonna be evil as hell to a black man and do and say what you want to do, and then turn around and have the best. You had the best marriage out of everybody in your family. The Lord don't work like that. You understand? That's not how the Lord work. The Lord gonna bless you. Like Al-Sharab always say, the Lord blesses the ones with a humble spirit and with a quiet spirit. The ones that humble themselves down, you understand? The ones before they rise themselves up and try to give glory and honor to themselves, that's who the Lord bless. You understand? It's like it. You understand? The sisters that's out there that's lonely, you want a husband and you want a marriage, first prepare yourself for that marriage. You understand? First prepare yourself for that marriage. Make yourself a sweet and kind woman where a man, a man then don't even want to get out the bed from you, man. You understand? Like my woman, like the ISUPK, like I thank Commander GEN.YAHANNA and all the generals and captains and the officers before me, man. Like I thank them so much, man, because like through the spirit of them, through the spirit of Christ, and through the teachers and counseling they gave me, I was able to get all my wives in order. You understand? I didn't get my wives in order. You understand? And I didn't get my wives in check. And now I can't keep my hands up off of them. You understand? Like I can't, like I can't stop touching them. You understand? So I know that the ISUPK fixed my woman. You know what I'm saying? So I know it can be done. I know it can be done. And all the other brothers can testify to what I'm saying. Every other brother in school can testify to what I'm saying. That every woman that with that spirit of Deborah, with that spirit, that sweet and loving spirit that she had, and that spirit that like how a grandmother had on her, that spirit, man, and you put that spirit on the black woman, man, it ain't nothing better than that. Like a black woman that's like, man, damn, like she righteousness, like she of the Lord, and she encouraging me to fight and bring down our oppressor. Like you think like you straight like that. Think about if you got that in your time of poverty, in your time of distress, while your children is in prison, while your daughters is whores and they pumping drugs in your communities, and you oppressed and getting pulled over at every left turn and every right turn that you make, you getting a ticket. You understand? And you being put in jail for crimes that you ain't even commit, and you being murdered in the streets by cops and police, and you able to go home to a woman that's telling you you ain't got nothing to worry about because the Lord with you. You understand? Like man, sometimes I forget with my woman, man. Like sometimes I just sit and forget my woman be talking, and I'll be forgetting like the spirit that she got. You know what I'm saying? Like she be sitting up there and then she know that I'm mad about something. She sit up there and she talk about the white man like a dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like the so-called white man, the oppressor, like a dog. You understand? And it make me so goddamn happy. Like it makes your poverty a little bit better. You understand? Like you good to go. You understand? Like you can get strong fast with a good woman. You understand? With a woman that's sitting there, she on the same page as you, man. While the whole world fighting against you, and you sitting in that bedroom with your woman, and that woman sitting there doing everything she can to just make sure that you happy and make sure you okay. You sitting there, now you in poverty, and you like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Now I can go out there to camp with a little bit more fight in me. Now I can go out there to camp with a little bit more of a courageous spirit on me, because my woman, man, uplifting me every single goddamn day. She on the same page with me. She fighting with me. She with me. She down with me. You understand? And it's going to take for you to teach her. Like you got to teach, man. That's what we need in Israel. You got to teach and teach and teach and teach. You got to teach your woman. You understand? You got to put that spirit on your woman. Right. You understand? Bear with me just 1 second. You understand? I got to show this class real quick. All right. Like I said, it's the I.S.U.P.K class, Fort Wayne, Indiana. We had classes every Wednesday, you know what I'm saying, 6 to 8 p.m. You understand? And we go out here, we teach. Raising up soldiers and raising up men of the Most High God. You understand? Raising up soldiers in His truth. You understand? All for the benefit of Christ, man. You understand? And like it's so important, like Officer Trop always say, you know what I'm saying? It's so important for you to teach your woman to be in total suggestion and be sweet and kind and nurturing, not to only just you. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be selfish. Like to a certain aspect, it should be on to you. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the sexual part and all that. But you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about as a loving for your nation, that black woman should be like that for every goddamn body. You know what I'm saying? For her whole nation, not for the oppressors, of course, but for the men of God, for the men, the black men that don't know the truth. You know what I'm saying? Her job is not to just talk about them all goddamn day about how they don't know the truth and how the Lord ain't with them. That's not her job. You understand? Her job is to uplift those men and to love those men. You understand? That's what her job is. You understand? I'm trying to tag brothers into the damn post. I don't even know how to work this goddamn thing. You understand? Like I said, man, go in there, share the class, tag everybody in it. You know what I'm saying? And there's, you know what I'm saying, make sure everybody can get this this knowledge and this wisdom of the Lord. You understand? Make sure everybody learn this truth. You understand? Make sure everybody get the wisdom of the Most High. You understand? Share these classes. Come inside the truth. You understand? And get with it. You come inside the truth, you're going to raise up your house. How your whole house and suggestion to you. You know what I'm saying? Have your whole house pleasing you for your works. You understand? And that's what it is, man. You understand? Right now, I'm just sharing this class so everybody can get this class and everybody can get the wisdom of the Lord. You understand? You understand? We going hard. We going hard with it. We going hard in it. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. Let's finish this. The class off strong with verse 5. You understand? Judges chapter 4 and verse 5. The book of Judges chapter 4 and verse 5. Did say Deborah, the son of Amnon, on that day, said, praise ye the Lord for the avenging of Israel when the people willingly offered themselves. Hear ye kings, and give ear, ye princes. Even I will sing unto the Lord, and I will sing the praise of the Lord God of Israel. You understand? Now, it was righteous so. And that's why to this day we praise Deborah. You understand? We praise Deborah for going. She bring everything that she did. She went and brought to her man first. You understand? That's how a woman of God works. You understand? The real strength of a woman, the real strength of a black woman is through her caring. You understand? Through her nurturing. That's why. And then you see everywhere you look, everywhere I turn around and look, everybody got a mama that's a goddamn nurse. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going to school for nursing to be LNs or whatever it's called, the nursing's license and all that. All the black women going to school for nursing. You know what I'm saying? You only supposed to be nursing and caring and learn about how to care about for the sick of our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? The sick of the so-called white men. Is that it? Nah, man. You supposed to be willing to learn and how to care about your people, about black men, about Hispanic men, about Native Indian men. You understand? That's who you supposed to be learning. That's who you supposed to be learning and nurture. Your man, that black man that's inside your house. You understand? You supposed to treat him. The black woman, you go out there on the job. The black woman be out there on the nursing job, and you watch how she treat white people. You understand? If you ever go around a black woman that's like in one of them hospital jobs, one of them nursing, look how she treat them white men. Look how she treat them white people on that job. She caring and she, you know what I'm saying? She scrapping and fighting and doing everything she can, calling them sir. You know what I'm saying? He need this, she going to get it. He need that, she going to get it. How come you can't do that with your black man that's in your house? You understand? How come you can't do that? Because that Christian church put a demon on you. Because your Christian pastor lied to you and told you that you're supposed to be yelling and cussing out your man. and telling you to think like a man, and telling your black man to get in order. That's not what Deborah did. We just read Judges 4. You understand? If you tuned into the class late, go back and rewind the class so you can learn the spirit of Deborah. She was a prophetess of the Lord. She went into her man. She gave all honor to her man Barak. Brought it all into him. You understand? She was a judge into Israel. Nowhere here do we read where Deborah went and went to go put her man on child support. Went to go put her man, take her black man to court to make sure he paying his child support or he go to jail. Because that's not the spirit that a black woman is supposed to be having. A black woman is supposed to be caring and nurturing for a black woman can then solve black on black crime, half of the black on black crime in the neighborhood herself. By just loving and sitting all the people, all the cousins and all the brothers that got beef with each other. You understand? They teenagers and they kids. She could take it into the house and say, you know what? Y'all stop fighting. Everybody come here. I'm a cook. Everybody, we're going to come down here and we're going to eat. You understand? We're going to put all our problems to the side. And we're going to come in. We don't eat together. That's why when we read in Judges chapter 4, verse 5, you understand? And it say, and she dwelt under a palm tree. What does a palm tree represent? The shade from the sun. The palm tree can also give you food. When the woman is judging, she gonna be giving food. She gonna be feeding the people. You understand? Like I said, how many people can testify and know that they had a grandmother that came and every time it was a problem or every time you got in trouble, how would she say? Come eat. You understand? I see memes all the time with black women when they putting up there talking about how they black mother and they got punished or something, and they black woman tell them sorry, like, come eat. You understand? That's how a woman's supposed to be. That's how a woman's supposed to be under suggestion to her man, loving her nation and loving her people, being sweet and kind, not running her goddamn mouth. You understand? Not trying to cuss out her goddamn husband. You understand? She's supposed to be like a cheerleader. Even the white man, like I said, even the white man got cheerleaders in all his sports arenas. Even the white man got cheerleaders in every NFL team and every NBA team got cheerleaders on their sports arenas. You understand? Why is that? Why do they got women cheering them on at every goddamn basketball game? Why? You understand? Because a man can get strong with a woman behind him cheering him on. LeBron James going through a shooting slump. The cheerleaders ain't going to LeBron James at halftime telling him, you late behind on your child support bills, and you suck, and you ain't doing this, and you ain't doing that. You lazy, you can't do this, and you suck at this and suck at that. They ain't doing that. How the hell is you supposed to come back and you down in the fight and your woman belittling you? How the hell is you supposed to come back in a fight and you got the whole world up against you? You understand? Think about if you finna get in you at school and you know a group of niggas finna jump you. And on top of that, your woman behind you while you ready to walk into the fight, your woman behind you running her mouth, cussing you out, saying you ain't this and saying you ain't that. Where your encouragement coming from? You understand? You have no encouragement from nobody. Your black woman supposed to be an encouragement to her man. You know what I'm saying? She's supposed to be uplifting her man, telling him how the Lord gonna be on his side. That's her job. Her job is to be a cheerleader. You understand? Her job, man, she think they teach though. They think though the Christian church get it all the way backwards. The Christian church and your Christian pastor teach you to run your goddamn lips and run your mouth. That ain't what God want. God didn't praise Deborah because she running her goddamn mouth and running her lips to Barak. We didn't just read that. We read that Deborah came and told her man that the Lord not with you. You understand? Is that not what Deborah did? That's what Deborah did, man. You can go tell it to your Christian pastor. You can go tell it. You can go tell it to your sleek and your slimy demonic man that you call a Christian pastor. You can go tell it to him. You can tell him that the I.S.U.P.K he said that he not teaching the women in his church right. He all about pimping them out, getting another dime, getting another dollar. to feed his own gut, to feed his own lust, to pay for his goddamn bills in his house, to buy him a goddamn Bentley. Everybody, if they riding, grandma been going to the church for 40 goddamn years, riding a bus, and he getting ushered in a goddamn Bentley to the church. Something ain't right. You understand? But yet, y'all want to go praise that Christian pastor. He not a man of God. He not putting the right spirit on you. But your money's supposed to be going into the ISUPK. You're supposed to be paying your tithes and your donations into this truth. Because that's what's going to save this nation. That's what's going to save black people. That's what's going to stop that poverty. That's what's going to stop them drugs from being pumped inside your neighborhood. That's what's going to stop your women from becoming whores and strippers and sluts. Stopping your men from killing each other. Mass incarceration. That's what's going to stop it. The truth. The spirit of Deborah. That's what's going to stop it. Not the Christian church. The Christian church is the ones to blame. You understand? The Christian church is the ones to blame for all the demonic spirits going on us, man. Right along with the white man. Praising the Christian church and the Christian pastor. Man, you out your goddamn mind. You not see the demon that the Christian pastor to put on your mother, to put on your grandmother. How the hell your grandmother been going to the church 40 years and she the most evil and disgusting. She got the most wicked and disgusting mouth on the face of the earth. But she been talking about the Christian church is where you need to be going to church on Sunday. You need to be coming to church on Sunday. What you need to be doing is coming to class. Tuning into the classes. That's what's going to save you. Not that Christian church. Think, you follow out there and then you, to the point, we so damn backwards. We praise our goddamn women for beating the living crap out of us. Like I remember, you didn't grow up with evil women in your life that didn't beat the living hell out of you. And you go, my mama whooped me with a extension cord. Oh, grandma whooped me with a hell shoe. You ain't supposed to be. That was the Lord praising Deborah, saying, "Oh, Deborah was smacking the kids across the damn face with a house shoe because they had eyes with each other." That ain't what Deborah was doing. Deborah was like an old grandma, like from the 1940s, that was sitting the children down, feeding them, selling the difference in between them. You know what I'm saying? Nurturing and being kind. That's the spirit of the Lord. That's how a black woman's supposed to be. Black woman, they supposed to be running her goddamn mouth, yapping off at the lips, cussing black men out at every chance she get. Got 2-3 men on child support. You understand? Got children by 5 different men. Her children grow up to be sluts just like her. Telling her children to put their men on child support. Then you destroying your goddamn nation, man. You destroying your goddamn people with that crap. You understand? That ain't the spirit of the Lord. That ain't the spirit of Deborah. You understand? That Christian church is the house of Satan, man. Everything in the scripture, they got us backwards. You want to come to learn to be a righteous black woman? A black woman got the power. You understand? The black woman got the power to be a righteous black woman, but she ain't gonna learn it in that church. You understand? She ain't gonna learn it in that Christian church, in there every Wednesday and every Sunday, and come out and be the biggest sluts and whores that they are. You understand? You're not gonna learn that by that Christian pastor, because he really don't love you. You think we hate you because we correcting you? Don't nobody love black women more than the I.S.U.P.K. Commander GEN.YAHANNA loves black women more than your Christian, slimy, disgusting Christian pastor. His greasy S-curl wearing, snake shoe wearing, slimy behind that only care about his own gut. He don't care about raising your children up. That's why and then the black women turn around and talk about they men grow up weak. They grow up weak, and they all the men grow up to love white women and be homosexuals. Meanwhile, you taking your son to church every Sunday while he getting molested by that Christian pastor, while he being molested by some nasty, defiled, disgusting man in that church. And he grew up to be a homosexual because you taking to church every Sunday and ripping his manhood out of him. How you gonna grow up to be strong? They talking about a black woman talking about she want a strong man to lead the household. Yeah, all right. If that was the case, you wouldn't be taking your son to the Christian church. Got your son in the Christian church being the most defiled and disgusting thing. Your son in the Christian church being, you know what I'm saying, being the most nasty, disgusting homosexual. You know what I'm saying? Grow up to want to put his rod in another man. That's what the Christian church got you. The Christian church has got you, your woman. Now the Christian church, what it got you was no man for 40 years. You grew up, you didn't have a man for 40 years. You in a house lonely by yourself. You had a couple children. Your daughter grew up to be a bigger slut than you. Your daughter grew up to be a bigger whore than you were. You understand? Your son grew up to be on drugs and be a homosexual.
The library will close in 30 minutes.
You understand? We got to wrap it up because this library ready to close, man.
Please have your attention. The library will close in 30 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, the spirit of Deborah was be nurturing it to her black man. You understand? Being under suggestion to her black man, bringing everything that she had into her black man. You understand? A real righteous black woman gonna get paid. She gonna go to work every day. She gonna get paid. She gonna take the entire check, give it to her man, and earn an allowance. That's what a righteous woman gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna bring your whole, my ribs do it. All my wives do it. Bring me all their money. They go to work every day. You understand? They going to school just to get a better job so they can be paying more tax. So they can be bringing me more money. You understand? And it ain't for no reason. It's because they know I'm taking care of them. They know I got the wisdom of the Lord. Thank the Most High Christ and commend GEN.YAHANNA for the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? And the hell with the Christian church. The house of Satan. You understand? It's time for black men to rise themselves up, take over their household, man. You understand? We the I.S.U.P.K. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, home, New York City, under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. You understand? I'm gonna end the class. You know what I'm saying? We got class Fort Wayne, Indiana, every Wednesday, 6 to 8 at the downtown main library, room 116. You understand? Come in here, get learned up, man. And that's what it is. You understand? Shalom.